So I don't like being human because the human race are very sheepish. Now, we're not all sheep, but the majority of the people of the human race, and you can't be blaming them, are sheep. The way the structure works, and has worked for a very long time, going back centuries, and it has happened with every empire. Empires work with other empires, and then they work with dictatorships. Now, they then buy newspapers, or print press, or telegrams, and they work with other royal families, and they work with elites, and these elites are often either conservative, because conservatism basically means plain traditions, a me kind of attitude. So we've had the Roman and the Greek Empire, and the current empire that was still in play is the Great British Empire, and then it had to shrink itself in 1952 or 1956 from memory to the UK and the Commonwealth. And unlike the USA Empire and the Russian dictatorship, the UK Empire and the Chinese dictatorship, they do things more strategically behind the scenes. They don't rub the corruption in your face, or the wars they start, or the destabilizing they do, or how they attack the 99% to attack each other, because the 1% are a mixture of people and countries. So they're all the royal families, they're all the religious extremists, from the Pope to the Muslims to the Jews to the Christians to the Catholics. You've got extremism in every pocket of society. Extremism is bad. And the extremists that push extreme ideologies and religion are bad. They all work together. So the Saudi princes and Qatar and Dubai and ex-empires, Italy, Spain, France, UK, USA, they work with other dictatorships like China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. What happened was the West is drying up capitalism-wise. Capitalism is really drying up in the West. Now, the elites, they're obsessed with money. Money, 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 money. Power, 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 power. Control, 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 control. Because they don't want to listen to laws, morals, ethics. They don't want to change. They don't want to have counselling. They don't want to adapt. And therefore, they have to stay in power. Now, the conservatism elites, the UK conservatism elites, France, Italy, and the USA, along with conservative elites, capitalists, and Zionist elites, they worked with China, Russia, and India, and they encouraged this thing called BRICS. They then were going to have China, India, Russia, Italy, France, UK, and USA conservatism dictatorships. Then they were going to rape Africa and South Africa for cobalt, lithium, and mercury, and anything that belongs in Brazil, mineral-wise and slave labour wise they can do. And then they're going to push capitalism on the East, the whole of Asia, and the whole of the Middle East. Now, China, like the UK, hide things. So they hid COVID. COVID locks down the world and delays the final phases of secretly joined Project BRICS. Now, France and Italy could not get a conservatism or toxic far-right government in power, so they can't join BRICS. But the UK and the USA at the time did have conservatism elites, political parties in power. Then Donald Trump didn't win his second term, and then he lost his foul treasonous coup. So COVID-19 locks down the world, losing Boris Johnson, losing Donald Trump. It delays the Gaza slaughtering, it delays Ukraine, it delays the Taiwan invasion. And then basically there's lots of ground gas in Gaza. Now the ground gas was in the sea that belongs to Gaza and the Palestinians, and the UK, the USA have been with Israel raping the Gaza sea gas for decades. 2018, 2019, they find the world's largest ground gas in Gaza. They thought Donald Trump would win, and then they were going to hand over Ukraine and Taiwan, and then they were going to displace all the Palestinians and send them to Jordan or the desert. And then they were going to build a canal, if possible, that was non-Muslim to the Suez-Egyptian canal. And then they were going to have gas that was also non-Muslim. And then they were going to sell the gas to the West and combine that with the Russian gas. And they all worked together. COVID fucked up a lot of things, and you all don't know this, but there is a traditional trade war going on. Because BRICS now can't get Donald Trump and Boris Johnson to have a dictatorship run by conservatives, they can't have strong allies. Two big armies, two big nuclear powers. So now the Liberal Democrats are in power. Joe Biden now knows that Russia, India and China are trying to remove the USA dollar and petrodollar and military complex. Now, we're going to war whether you like it or not, wake up.